guys, Rotodil here, and today I have this neat quadcopter, the DJI RYZE Tello, and basically this is the smallest DJI powered device or quadcopter you can get. And personally I really like the DJI quadcopters because of their innovation. And today we'll take a look at this one. This one is actually coming with an Intel processor, and it's a collaboration between DJI and the RYZE company. This means that you can actually program this guy, and we'll see exactly what that means, but it is a DJI quadcopter, so you do get a stable flying quadcopter with optical flow sensors that are on the bottom of this guy. And this is basically means that it's going to stay in place whether you fly it indoors or outdoors, and it does an amazing job for what I already saw. So I gotta test it out myself, and let's just open the box and look at what you get inside. I'm gonna put, like always, links in the description of this video for where you could get this quadcopter. And if you're for the first time in this channel, maybe you want to subscribe. That's the red button down here below, because I do give information about many new gadgets, and maybe you are like me and you like this stuff, so just go ahead. So I just opened up the box. The first thing obviously that you see is the quadcopter itself. It's basically encapsulated in this dual layer of plastic, and I guess I'm gonna keep it because I think this is gonna basically help me keep the quadcopter safe. I've done so many quadcopter reviews, and the most important thing is keeping your quadcopter safe after you fly it, and this is gonna basically keep away any dust or anything else. This is the DJI Tello, guys. Look at it. It looks amazing. The quality of the material is good, even though we are talking about plastic. This is a brushed quadcopter, and actually I think it doesn't even look, it is plastic. Yeah, it definitely is plastic. I know you can change the colors over here on the top, so also you can customize the way it looks. We have the front facing camera, which gives you 720p video and 5 megapixel photos. We have the bottom camera over here. This is basically the optical positioning system, and we have a switch over here, I guess. I'm gonna check the manual and see what that does. And the micro USB plug over here, which I guess you're gonna use to charge up your batteries. All in all, it looks amazing. It's a brushed toy quadcopter with DJI technologies. Wow, never thought I'm gonna say that. So let's continue on and see what we get other than the quadcopter itself. And I'm already telling you that I can see some stuff over here. So we have the battery and an extra set of propellers, which is really nice. And that's good to know, actually, that you do get an extra set of propellers. So an extra 4 propellers from what it looks like. And also the battery for the quadcopter. This is the battery itself. The quadcopter flies for 13 minutes. So you do get a lot of flight time from this toy. And the manual, English Chinese manual over here. And that's it, silica gel. So I'm just gonna prepare everything, charge things up. You are more than invited to click on the like button in the meantime, and we're going to fly this guy and see how it flies. Let's go. Okay guys, so here we are with the DJI Tello, and as you can see I got this new landing pad which I really like with the DJI logo on it. And I'm flying the quadcopter without the propeller guards. This is because I want to save an extra 9 grams, get some more flight time, and also if you can hear it, I do have some slight breeze going on. So I just want the smallest area of quadcopter in which this wind can affect. So that means that I'm gonna get less drift while having this wind going on. If you are flying this indoors, I recommend actually sticking with the propeller guards. I'm gonna get the app ready and get everything ready to fly. Okay, so I'm already connected to the drone itself. It's actually facing me, and to get things started, all I have to do is press on this launch button and then take off. Now we are seeing a little drift when the drone takes off. This is because you don't have the vision positioning system when you start. You'll see that by the indication, the front indication, when it's blinking in yellow, that means you only have attitude hold, and usually when the drone is on the ground, that is what you have. Now we have vision positioning, and you can see that by having the green icon which blinks. So that means you are basically flying with vision positioning. So as you can see, I'm also now in front of the drone, but the camera is tilted a bit low, so that means if I want to capture my face, like now, I want to get the quadcopter to my head level, and I'm also going to start recording. I'm going to take some photos now, and I'm going to switch to video and start the video recording while we are doing this review. Now, as you can see, the video frame changed to 720p wide angle. We had the 5 megapixel photos before, and I can start to fly the drone now, even though it's quite windy. If you are flying in a windy condition like this, you might want to change to what's I think it's called fast mode. Yeah, it's slow or fast mode. I'm going to switch now to fast mode, and now you'll have the controls set in a blue color. So now I can actually deal with the wind, and it's flying just amazing. And I really like the barometer on this product. It's doing an amazing job, and I have reviewed hundreds of quadcopters, many of them with altitude hold functionality using a barometer. And in this case, we are seeing the best barometer I've ever seen. That's for sure. And all of this is without GPS, of course. So I'm also seeing the Wi-Fi while I'm flying this quadcopter, and if you are flying it in deserted areas like I'm doing right now, you do get a decent Wi-Fi connection. I'm actually planning in the future to test out the Wi-Fi extender by using a Wi-Fi extension stick. So that's gonna happen also. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please click on the red button so you will get information when these videos get to the channel. And I want to also show you the different flight modes with my opinion on them. Basically, I'm now facing myself with the quadcopter, and when you have high winds, usually the quadcopter will tell you that it cannot do the flight mode, but I think now it doesn't have that high wind. I'm going to try the circle mode by clicking on the circle mode option, and right now you are seeing the quadcopter is basically doing a circle around me. I actually recommend starting this mode when the quadcopter is 1 meter or 2 meters away from you. That will be the best, because when it's too close, we are not using GPS, you do see some deviation in which you will not be in the center of the circle like I am right now. I am currently around 1 meter away from the drone. This is the best you can do. So that was the circle mode. And also what happens when you actually press this flight mode is the quadcopter restarts your recording and just create a different recording for the circle operation. And when it's done, it basically stops the recording. So you might want to take note of that if you want to continue on to record video. The other mode that we have here is 360, which is basically the quadcopter taking a 360 panorama shot video. So this could also be stopped, by the way, if the quadcopter feels high winds. In this case, I think it does, and it's actually drifting away, but it does fix its position back to where it started, and it did stop the 360. So that's what happens when you have high winds with this guy. But I'm feeling really safe. As you can see, the vision positioning works amazing. We also have a limit in terms of what altitude we keep with this quadcopter, and also when you're using the advanced flight modes, you get switched off from the slow or fast speeds, so you have to get them back if you want to continue on flying fast. So one of the things I want to do also is try out the flips. I'm going to press the flips icon, and then I can choose the direction in which I want the quadcopter to do flips. I have 8 directions. This is basically anywhere you swipe this box, you'll get the quadcopter flipping to that direction. And as you can see, we did drift a lot, because I think when you are doing these flips, the quadcopter loses position hold and switches back to altitude, so that's something you need to know. And also, I think the last thing I wanted to try was up and away. So I'm gonna point the quadcopter towards me right now. I'm gonna take it a bit to the left. And I am flying now in slow mode, that's why we are not seeing the best results in terms of movement. And now we are going to start the up and away feature. That's it. So the quadcopter started recording, and now I'm basically being recorded while the quadcopter takes its way back. It's around 5 meters, maybe 4, and around 1 meter up from the altitude it was when it started. It started in 1 meter, it's finishing in 2 meters. So we want to test out the highest altitude on this quadcopter, and before I'm going to do that, I'm going to start recording again and also switch to fast mode so I can actually handle the winds if I have any of these. And I'm going up now. I'm in 5 meters. I'm going to go up until I have a view of the entire city. So now I'm actually in 10 meters. I have a bit of a flight of a Wi-Fi interference, and I can actually see the winds on my video. But I'm going to do a 360, manual 360, just so I can take a video of this area, whatever I can. Strong wind interference actually having there. So 10 meters is about 2-story high, 3-story high building. That's nice if you are actually in a new place where you want to scavenge, you want to take a shot of everything from a bit of above. And that's it. I'm done with the 10-meter shot. The best thing you can do with this quadcopter is basically point it at yourself and take it a bit backwards, and then just take a selfie shot of you and the guys from over there. That's probably the best thing you can do. And you can also take a video shot if you want, and it works very well. The quadcopter's positioning, visual positioning system is one of the best I've seen without GPS, no doubt. Two more things we can do with the special features. One of them is hand land. I'm gonna hand land right now. I'm gonna press on that icon and then press on the confirm icon. Then I have 5 seconds to put my hand, and the quadcopter will actually land itself. Another thing I can do is I can actually toss the quadcopter and launch it from my hand. I'm gonna do that right now by clicking on the throw and go icon. And when I do that, I'm gonna have to press this icon. And now the quadcopter starts its engines. I'm gonna have 5 seconds. Oh, I forgot I have to throw the quadcopter while it's counting. I'm gonna do that again. Throw and go, that's it. 5 seconds. Okay, we're up. So when you're using throw and go, you won't see the deviation in the positioning when you're launching, because it starts right away with visual positioning. So basically that's the best thing you can do if you want to launch and get the quadcopter staying in one place. That's really important. Okay, so that was hand tossing, I guess, and hand landing. We did try out most of the flight modes. I guess RYZE or DJI are gonna add some more in the future. We do have bounce mode. This is what I told you. When you have high winds, you have to press the button a lot of times until it actually starts. Bounce mode gets the quadcopter down to around 20 centimeters, I guess, and gets it back up. Also does the record video thing, and that's it, I guess. Okay, so what else do we have here? I guess we've covered up most of the flight modes. Throw and go, up and away, bounce mode, flips, 360 and circle. Yeah, we're done. So these are all the flight modes. I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna fly the quadcopter for a bit, and I'm gonna talk about the different indicators you have while flying this quadcopter. One of them is the speed, and I actually reached the 10 meter per second speed. This quadcopter in sports mode or fast mode can actually reach 30 kilometers per hour. or 15 kilometers per hour in slow mode. And we are actually flying in high winds right now, and it does a great job, as you might have noticed while hearing the wind going on right now. And I'm actually getting a high wind warning right now on the screen, so that's really funny. But I feel like I have insane control over the quadcopter, so I'm not even worried a bit. And we are supposed to get a 20% battery level warning, low battery warning soon. That's supposed to take our quadcopter down to around 20 centimeters above ground somewhere soon. We're gonna see that happen. I'm actually still recording video. That's nice. I'm gonna stop the recording right now, and I think that's about it. I'm gonna take some more photos of me, maybe from a bit higher with the DJI. One thing you don't have on this quadcopter is the ability to tilt the camera, and this is something that you need to remember, because you need to take the shot. It's a bit harder, obviously, to take the shot. Weak Wi-Fi signal. Yeah, so I'm also having weak Wi-Fi signal at around 10 meters here. Like I mentioned, if you are serious about flying this guy, you might wanna get the Wi-Fi extension thing. I'm actually flying at 2.5 meters right now. I think it's a bit more. So that's definitely not an accurate representation of the height. That's for sure. Yeah, this quadcopter is just amazing, guys. Just amazing. Let's take a look at the quadcopter while in flight. You can see the micro USB plug over here. Front-facing camera. Fast blinking LED. That might have that's supposed to be red if we are getting the battery low warning. So I guess it's blinking fast because the vision positioning is working. This is the power off, power on switch. And this is the battery compartment with the battery inside. This is an 1100 milliamp battery that's supposed to take care or take you to around 12 minutes flight time. This is an actual flight time. By the way, in the description of this video, I'm going to put links to this quadcopter and all of my wish list for things I want to get. We are seeing now the low battery warning. This is the first low battery warning, which means that we have 20% battery. And on the second one, the very low battery warning, we will see the quadcopter going down at around 20 centimeters and staying at that height, and in the end actually landing the quadcopter. You're also supposed to see that on the remote itself, you'll see that the battery level indicator is yellow. So that means that basically you are now on the low battery warning level. And now we are seeing that it's shifted to a red color, and still we are not seeing a descending. Now we are seeing the quadcopter descending, and you can actually control it. You can actually get it back up, and then you can just put your hand. That's what I'm doing. Oh shit. Okay, I'm just gonna land the quadcopter in my landing pad, I hope. Or my hand, it's the same thing. So when you do get to these lower speeds, you'll see that this guy has its own mentality, I guess. So all in all, an amazing quadcopter. I hope you enjoyed this video. I was Rotodil, and I'm gonna do some more videos about this guy, especially one that I want to make is about the programming of the quadcopter with drone blocks, an app you can actually download. So I hope you enjoyed this. Press the subscribe button if you did to get more videos for my channel and for me. And I'm gonna see you on our next gadget review. Bye bye.